talk about it. Let's get in here so that we can talk about this. It's explosive. It's gonna be a doozy. Toby Maguire was hinting in an interview he did for Searchlight Pictures. He has a independent film that he was producing and he's starring in. And they were talking about Spider-Man, No Way, Far Away from Home or No Way Home. And while they were talking about the film, he brought up a very interesting theory. He said, man, I don't know, they better hurry up and make this movie. Like, if they're gonna do it, he would be excited to do it if it's done the right way. But they are on the clock with him to get this done. Because physically, he doesn't know if he can be Spider-Man for an entire film. Well, here's the thing. You have across the Spideyverse, that's getting ready to come out. Then right after that, there's supposed to be this Avengers movie where Spider-Man, Toby Maguire, his Spider-Man, is going to appear. There's going to be many different versions of what Spider-Man is supposed to be. So we might see like multiple universes of Spider-Man come out. Well, they don't all have to look the same. As we saw in other universes, they all could be played by different people, or someone else could be Captain Marvel. Maria Rambeau was Captain Marvel on that planet. Someone else could be Iron Man. Doesn't always have to be Tony Stark on another planet. So the more and more they learn about the multiverse, the more interesting it's going to become. Oh, absolutely. And the reason why it's becoming more interesting now is because of the very interesting fact. And that interesting fact, okay, we're in the wrong area. The interesting fact is that Spider-Man is on a level of epic proportion. It is the only constant that they have in the Marvel Universe that hits the billions. It was pandemic proof. It was the only movie through the pandemic that actually didn't care about a pandemic. People went out to watch Spider-Man. Can you imagine if there wasn't a pandemic, the numbers that Spider-Man would have done? We're talking in-game numbers. Well, no, Spider-Man is going to rival the Flash. They're banking on everything on the Flash. The Flash sets up everything. This whole new DC universe is going to be dependent on the Flash movie, which is basically Flashpoint. Of course, you couldn't stand the kid. The kid was annoying as hell. But he was made to be like the kid that was annoying in, Shazam. Superpowers, check. Light beams, check. I'm like, oh my God. It's like, dudes, can we please stop? Okay? But that was funny how The Rock was gone for 5,000 years, but yet he came back speaking perfect English. Yeah, just a little oversight they didn't care to correct or stand down on. He didn't have an accent or anything. It don't matter. It didn't matter. It's The Rock. It's The Rock! There are a lot of things that were going on that people just didn't know about. So, because that was the case, and people didn't know about it, oh, it's a Sony thing. Spider-Man 4 is exclusively Sony. It won't have anything to do with any of the Marvel characters. Spider-Man 4 was going to be like a Sinister Six. They were going to basically complete that. Toby Maguire wouldn't be in that Spider-Man. There's a possibility that Andrew Garfield could be in it, but not Toby was always the better. No, he's the better Peter Parker. He embodies Peter Parker better than anyone. Andrew Garfield was the better Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield wasn't the best Peter Parker. He was the best Spider-Man. He had Spider-Man's characteristics from the comic books, everything. The smart aleck, cracking jokes. He was the better Spider-Man. That was like more comic book relatable. Tom Holland is the best, I would say, the best theatrical performer of doing both. Because he's the right, even though he's shorter than what Spider-Man actually is, Tom Holland can do those stunts. One, but he's able to sell it as a young Peter. These guys are too old playing Spider-Man. Like they never sold the teenage Spider-Man to anybody. Toby Maguire definitely didn't sell being a teenager. And Andrew Garfield didn't sell being a teenager. He looked like he was 3 years in college. This was finally a guy that looked young enough to be Spider-Man. So people was just glad to see Spider-Man, period. That's it. They're like, man, I'm just glad to see Spider-Man, dude. That's all I really care about. Oh, it's all kind of hell gonna be breaking loose. Well, you're gonna see Kang the Conqueror. All the Kangs are not the same. So in Ant-Man 3, you're going to start to see a lot of angles in which Spider-Man is going to have a pivotal role. And then when they start Armor Wars, that's when you really finna see things jump off. The Armor Wars. Because remember, everybody's Iron Man now. Iron Man's no longer a sacred thing. Anybody could be Iron Man. Damn. You had 3 Iron Mans flying around in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Oh, if they put their time and heart and energy into really making a great project, then yeah. Or they can do the usual Sony money grab. That we got Spider-Man hot again. Let's just throw another one out. We're cutting Marvel out. We get all the money. Because that's what they want to do anyway. They're tired of splitting the money with Marvel. They're like, screw that. Thanks, Marvel. You got the boat rolling. But it's our show from here on out. Well, here's the thing. It was cool to see Venom actually in that universe. So even though now they have their own Venom, that little piece that was left behind that was left in the Tom Holland universe. So now they could have their own version of Venom. I would like to eat Mrs. Chen. Well, you gotta understand something. The world don't care. They just wanted to see Venom. They didn't care what everybody else thought, had to say, nothing. They just wanted to see what they needed to see, which was Venom. Yeah, so they got it. It's time to get off the pot. That's how the old saying go, it or get off the pot. It's time for them to get off the pot. They've been sitting on the pot long enough. How long? Too long. They haven't done anything. Nothing that they should have done. Speaking rightfully, they have not done anything that they should have. Well, Sony's dragging their feet, but like Toby Maguire is like, look, if y'all gonna do it, then do it. But y'all better make this soon because he's getting old. He's not gonna be getting all the way in shape, and there's no movie happening. Cause he's like, hey, like, I'm hearing all these good things, and I'm with it. But you gotta understand something. All right, dishwasher's on. Got the dryer going. Alleviate some of this power. And that's how it's rolling, Captain. Now, as I've told you many times prior, this game comes down to Too many cooks in the kitchen. Sony got the same problem DC got. Too many cooks in the kitchen. Everybody got something to say. And right when they think they've agreed on something, somebody comes in and throws a monkey wrench to stall it all. And you back to square one. For what? For what? Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. One day. One day. One day. They'll get it right. You want to say all the movies need to be like with the Bryan Singer movie? Well, that'll be cool. But here's my thing. I just wish they can get everybody together to do the right thing just one damn time. That's all. It ain't really that hard. I'm like, man, it is not that damn hard. Why are they overcomplicating it? It's not that damn hard. Not coming back for DC. That's out. He's really. They're gonna bring Cyclops back in a whole different environment. He did not like his experience. The actor is playing that because they minimized his role, man. They totally killed the heart of the movie, which was about him. Stifled his growth. I mean, everything. They just robbed the guy completely. Destroyed his character. What was he about? Everything. Anything interesting about him was evaporated. He was thrown out. Cast to the side. That new Spider-Man is not supposed to have Tom Holland in it, but Andrew Garfield might be in that one. But it's mostly a Toby Maguire Spider-Man movie. Well, his electricity was blue, but in the comic books, it was yellow. So when he came to, I love that what they did with Electro. They was like, how did he just get his skin back? He was in a different universe. So when he came into a different universe, it gave him a different power than what he had before. That's why he said, man, something feels different here. Yeah, well, it's a lot going on at that time. For me, it's different, but for other people, well, Toby Maguire said they need to hurry up because by not hurrying up, you're making it more of an inconvenience for him because not only is he keeping himself available, he's keeping himself in shape and he's older. He's like, I'm not going to get too old to play the character. You know, I'll do this once. But he's like, even though I've got a stunt man, it's still a physical hold, you know, to go through you got to get on the rig. So you got to have a good, strong core just to get on one of those harnesses. They had one actor who got hurt. He didn't want to say, but he's like, we had an actor, you know, they weren't quite physically ready for the machine, you know, and that's when they said, okay, next time we got to make sure a guy's core is good enough to take what's happening out here. Well, that's happening with Thor. You know, he's not going to get that big again to play Thor, Chris Hemsworth. So he's saying for health reasons. You know, that was the biggest he's ever been. And just to play Thor, you know, that was saying a lot. I had no problem with Thor's parents. You know what's funny about Thor? Thor in the animated version was more like the Thor from the comics. When they did when they was doing the what ifs, that was like Thor from the comics. Yep.
Niggas could have pulled off what they pulled off.
Well, absolutely. So I'm gonna get out of here. God bless and good night.